Shalom Aleichem Rabotai. So, the Torah speaks about an extraordinary incident called the Sotah, which is about the wayward woman. And I think that it has a very significant insight that I'd like to share with you guys. So, the parasha of Sotah, the section of the Sotah, the wayward woman, speaks about if a man becomes suspicious of his wife, and he specifically tells her, "Oh, you know that guy over there? Yeah, I feel that you're a little bit inappropriate with him." Maybe he doesn't say that, whatever. But he says, "Please make sure that you don't seclude yourself with him." And then his wife, despite what he says, goes and she secludes herself with that man. And then 2 witnesses find her and they report it to the court. And then there's a question if she actually committed the act of adultery with this man or not, because she was acting a certain way with him. So now, what then happens? There's a whole process that happens where they bring the woman in question, they bring her to the Beit HaMikdash, and they do a whole process, which we're not going to get into now. But at the end, at the very end, the Kohen, the high priest, the Kohen Gadol, gives her a cup. And with this cup of water, he then takes the Torah scroll and he opens to the very section of the Torah which talks about these rules, and he takes a knife and he puts it on the parchment and he scrapes off the very words of this section of the Torah, and the ink goes into this water as she drinks it. And it turns out that if she actually committed the act of adultery with this man, then she will immediately blow up through her stomach. It's a miraculous event, literally. To death, unfortunately. And if she happened to have not committed adultery with this man, then she will be blessed to have a child within the next year. Okay, great. Certainly this is very interesting. However, there's something to examine over here. You see, it says in Yirmiyah, it says in Jeremiah that although a man may not take back his adulterous wife, I will take you, says HaShem. HaShem says this about Tshuva, that although we may make mistakes, although the people made many mistakes, HaShem is saying that even if someone's wife committed adultery, he may not take her back, but I will take you back, because I do not think like you, and my ways are not yours, as it says in Isaiah, Yeshaya, right? Okay, great. There seems to be a connection here, which is that if we look at the scene of the wayward woman of the Sotah, we should have a little bit of a question. Because although it may be understandable that this act of adultery is punishable by death, what's going on here is a bit more specific. First of all, the woman's in question. Okay, great. And what's happening is they're bringing her to a situation where miracles are involved. You see, when it comes to so many other actions, what really is supposed to happen is, right, when it comes to cardinal sins, you may have witnesses come to court and they may testify that a certain person committed a cardinal sin. And if the verdict comes that the person's guilty, so then they'll do a natural process of execution. There is such a concept in Judaism. It has happened. I don't know how often, but it could happen, at least theoretically, in the Sanhedrin. Okay, fine. But over here, it's just a different thing. First of all, apparently, if there's a question about the woman, we're willing to bring her, and we're willing to put her through a miraculous process, where it no longer has to do with the verdict of the judges of what they should do, and rather, she drinks this water with ink in it, and if she happened to have done the thing, then she miraculously will perish. I think what HaShem is saying over here is the following: if she indeed committed the act, so HaShem is saying that although the halacha may be, the rule may be that if the woman committed adultery, then indeed, whether she perishes or not, she can never go back to her original husband. It's just what the rules are. And so HaShem is saying that I see that now your husband can never accept you back. In fact, even the rules are that he cannot accept you back. But I will. And I cannot handle seeing you rejected by your husband forever, just because you lost your mind at a certain point where you went with someone else for a certain moment. HaShem cannot handle to see the rejection. And that's why what HaShem is doing is he's willing to go and have the Kohen erase literally a part of the Torah, where he is in fact even erasing the very name of HaShem in this section of the Torah. The knife is going and it's erasing the name of HaShem with the words of the Torah, and he's putting it in this cup and she's drinking it, and a miracle will happen that she will perish, because Hashem just wants to even erase his own name and to create miracles in order to bring her neshama, to take her neshama out of her body, to bring her to him. Because Hashem cannot stand seeing this woman remaining alive, being rejected for literally the rest of her life by her husband, even though she may have committed adultery. Hashem cannot see this. So Hashem is willing to take her to him and to give her a kapara, an atonement from this painful experience of perishing. What this teaches us is that, yes, there may be times in our life where we lose it a little bit. Indeed, we are human beings, we're not perfect, and we may do certain things that might almost surprise us that we even did it. It's understandable, it can happen. However, Hashem is saying that I do not think like you. I am Hashem, I'm willing to take you back, even if you, quote unquote, committed adultery. Even if you committed idolatry. Idolatry is spiritual adultery. It does not matter. Hashem is saying that I will take you back. And so when we can finally understand that Hashem is willing to help us, and He's willing to literally make miracles when we decide to go back to Him. As the Gemara says, that if someone comes to purify himself, then heaven will help him. Then of course, we can merit to become holy people and to become shalem, to become wholesome people, and to fulfill the purpose of our lives. Thank you guys very much. Let's go.